Hello Internet, and welcome back to the Pokemon Companionship Challenge. Joining us again is Metabrawler.
Hello folks, I'm back for like the 5th time.
And I thought I sounded under the weather. Yeah, just in case you were wondering if I sounded a little odd, yes, I am feeling sick. And I was actually worried that I wouldn't get to the video. However, Metabrawler is able to help me out, so hopefully things will work. And there was no video yesterday. Things are getting a little busy now. The holidays are coming up. So just keep in mind that stuff's going on, and it's gonna be busy.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be busy for all of us.
Oh yeah. Anyway, what have you been up to, Metabrawler?
Oh, just finished my Christmas shopping today. Yourself?
Yeah, well, haven't finished it, but get pretty close. Anything interesting happen?
No, nothing. Nothing really. It's just kind of the usual Christmas shopping.
Okay.
For me, anyway.
Hey, you know how I was kind of having a slight emotional moment during the last video?
Yes, I remember.
I was kind of thinking, how many emotional moments like that do you think are in Pokemon?
Well, with all the seasons that I've watched, I could think about like maybe 7 to 8 top of my head.
What are some of the most memorable ones?
I think the first one would probably be Lapras going away to his or her family, and then Ash giving up Charizard.
Anything else you can think of?
And probably Butterfree.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The moment where Ash says bye to Butterfree was pretty well. Basically, yeah, it was a very sad moment in Pokemon, and I don't think we ever see Butterfree, like, at all.
Yeah, no, I don't think we do.
Which is pretty sad. What about in the movies? It doesn't necessarily have to be a sad moment. But you gotta admit, there was some pretty emotional stuff in those movies too.
Well, the one emotional moment that I think that kind of comes to the top of my head with one of the movies is in the movie Pokemon Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, where Ash confronts like Lucario and kind of like apologizes for what happened to him in the past.
Yeah.
With his old master.
Yeah.
That's the one That's the one that really comes up to mind for me.
I can think of a few, other than that part. Like, let's see. What was that one called where... yeah. In the Pokemon Temple of the Sea. Remember Manaphy?
Yeah.
Well, it's basically where Manaphy says bye to May in the most adorable way I can think of. Actually calling her Mama for the very first time. I'm sorry, I just wanted to cry right there. It was like sad and happy at the same time. Another one I can think of is Pokemon Heroes. In basically where Latios sacrificed itself to.
It was Latios. Not Latios was the younger one.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Correct me right there. Yeah, Latios sacrificed itself to basically save everyone else from that giant tidal wave. Another one I can think of was Celebi's near-death experience.
Oh yeah, I can definitely agree with that one.
Also, it's not exactly a moment, more like a theme song. Remember in Pokemon 2000?
Yeah.
Basically, it's Lugia's theme song. Just that, just the song in general. It's very emotional.
Okay, I can definitely agree with that. So I can remember that theme song myself.
But you think one of the most emotional moments was from Pokemon that you have ever witnessed? Because I can actually think of some other things, like in other movies and television shows.
Well, the one that really comes to my mind is Littlefoot's mother's death scene in Land for a Time. The first one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to cry all the time as a kid.
I don't blame you.
It was the one cartoon movie I used to watch all the time as a kid, and that scene always got to me. And when I see the scene now, I don't cry about it, but I do still feel like that sad gut feeling.
Yep.
I mean, the line where Littlefoot just cries out, "Mother, Mother?" And there's no response. Like, that always gets to me. Always.
Yep. It took a while for Disney to come up with an emotional scene like that. Now, if I had to pick Now, it's kind of hard to narrow it down. But typically when it comes to emotional moments, usually it's the self-sacrificing moments that really get to me. Like this one moment in the movie Battle Los Angeles. It's where the lieutenant basically tells the men to fall back, despite the fact that the sergeant didn't want to leave the lieutenant behind. But again, just told him to fall back because he's already injured. He's basically stuck and plans on blowing himself up along with the enemy. The part that really gets to me is the music that they have in that movie. it matches the scenery so well. It basically brings the movie alive. But just to change the topic briefly, Naira just evolved into Nino Rina.
Already?
Yeah. Well, she's level 16.
That was actually a lot quicker than I thought.
You were thinking level 20 or something, right?
Yeah, actually.
But what do you think is the most emotional moment that you had, or that you saw in a movie, or in a show? Like a moment where you just basically you just can't help but cry, no matter how much.
Like how many times I've seen it?
Yeah.
Whew. I'm going to think about this one for a minute.
Well, I can give you some examples. Like, for those of you who know the show Flashpoint, I highly recommend watching that show. Basically, it's full of a lot of drama and emotional moments that police forces go through. And basically, the one part was when they're trying to disarm a bomb set to blow up basically a support column on a building that would cause it to collapse. One of the officers approached it and took a step and heard a click. What happened was he stepped on a landmine near the bomb. Now the bomb was placed there by a environmental activists who apparently want to blow up the building because they think it's brainwashing the next generation. You try to make sense of that. But however, they were able to disarm the bomb, and they were able to identify what kind of landmine that the officer was standing on. It turned out it was a CR-38 Russian bounding mine. And for those that you don't know that, a bounding mine is a mine that launches up and then explodes. And this one in particular was an anti-vehicle mine, so it would shred breakthrough armor. In a eventually another officer who was experienced with explosives came on the scene and attempted to disarm the mine. However, the release mechanism was glued shut, so they couldn't disarm it. Or at least not that way. So it kind of makes you beg a question: what to do next? And then the officer came up with the idea of a weight transfer. You know, kind of like a bucket of water. You just transfer the weight from the person to the bucket of water. However, another officer who was experienced with these mines in the military basically said it wouldn't work because the metal plate that the officer is standing on is basically the size of your two fingers, like the tips of your two fingers, and place the palm of your hand on your fingers, and that's the person's foot. There is like no room to maneuver that mine, to transfer the weight, and the officer is panicking, but still thinking that this whole thing was going to work. And then eventually, as he was walking away, he wondered what everyone else is doing just standing around. the officer on the mine just decided not to risk his friend's life and took his foot off the plate, and then, well, I think you know what happens after that.
An explosion?
Yes.
Well, way to drag on that whole spoiler moment. To everyone who hasn't seen it.
Well,
the one moment I can think about that I mean, I haven't seen I Am Legend for like so long now.
yeah.
But the scene where Will Smith's character's dog dies. I remember watching that scene a couple times. I remember like having a bit of tears
I know.
with that one. And it's not just because it's a dog that's dying, but it's also because that was the only family member that Will Smith's character had for so many years.
And what made it worse was Will Smith had to do it himself.
Yeah, because he's turned into a zombie. Or a zombie dog.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other moments I can think of, but they're not moments that like I'm like still crying about.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't really consider them.
How about in recent films?
Like, how recent are we talking about?
A few years, maybe?
I can't really think of any recent films. Why, you have one?
Nah, I just thought that might be one that you remember. Well, I do know another one. Remember the movie Big Hero 6?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Brother runs into the fire building trying to rescue a professor. Building explodes.
Oh, really?
Well, okay, I don't really cry at that moment, but it is very emotional. Anyway. Ooh, boy. Talk about your depressing episode.
For us, anyway.
Anyway, still going through the cave, Mount Moon. Probably gonna have to spend the night here if we don't move any quicker. Okay, instead of emotional moments that make people sad, how about moments that just are heartwarming?
Like a huge relief?
Huge relief or just happy?
Hmm.
Like, I can think of one from Pokemon. Like,
Well, you gonna say
yeah.
it or not?
Yeah, sorry. Remember the basically remember the episode where in the first season when Ash gets separated from Misty and Brock in like a snowstorm, and then they have to spend the night in a cave. Ash lets all the Pokemon to basically barricade the entrance of the cave to make sure the wind doesn't blow in.
Yeah.
And then as it went on, they tried to keep warm around Charmander's tail because of the fire. And then, but Charmander got tired, and Ash decided to pull back all the Pokemon in their Pokeballs. And eventually, the entrance gave way partly, and Ash covered it up. Still wanting to protect Pikachu, Ash tried to get Pikachu back in the Pokeball. Again, Pikachu refused. And eventually all the Pokemon came out of their Pokeballs willingly and just huddled around Ash, trying to keep everyone warm.
Yeah, I remember that. That was neat.
Were you able to think of something?
Well,
What?
this is really just kind of like a happily ever after ending, really.
Okay, what is it?
Oh, it's just the Beauty and the Beast ending.
Ah.
In the film.
Is that your
I mean,
favorite?
I was just kind of happy that everyone just kind of got everyone's like back to their human selves.
Ah.
You know, they can live like their own ordinary lives now.
What do you think of the remake that's coming up?
I'll see it, but I'm not gonna expect it to be any better than the anime film.
Yeah, I'm kind of skeptical about the imagery. And honestly, some of the acting that I saw in the trailer, I don't know, it just didn't really... It didn't really look like it was gonna hold up to the animated version.
I seriously doubt that.
Anyway, I make my way back to the Pokemon Center. Naira is exhausted.
Was she the only Pokemon that you were using?
Well, for a bunch. Yeah, she just can't use a scratch attack.
Oh. I see.
Yeah. I'll let you know when we get there. Anyway, is Beauty and the Beast like your favorite Disney film?
It's one of them.
Okay. Any idea what your favorite Disney film could be? Or would be?
Well, a lot of the audience are probably gonna hope that I say Frozen. And I like Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say that it's gonna be my most favorite.
That's a lot of people's favorite Disney song.
Yeah, I'm sure of that. I'm sure about that. But I guess for me, from trying to think of all the Disney films, trying to picture all of them. Well, I'm kind of going back and forth with two of them. It's either, for me, it's either Beauty and the Beast or The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney version.
Ah. Well, I guess it kind of depends on why you would pick them. Like, if it was for music? Anyway, that's still the kind of... I can't quite narrow that down.
Well, for me, I think the music on Beauty and the Beast is a lot better, but... Although I would say that... What kind of... I know Hunchback of Notre Dame is not the most popular Disney film out there, but... What kind of intrigued me with that one is not only that was one of the most... That was one of the Disney films that I used to watch a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because my parents used to have that VHS around all the time. But I always kind of found it intriguing that they introduced like this villain that has it's like extremely attracted to a female character in the movie.
Yeah.
In a very inappropriate way.
Yeah.
And yet the movie actually still gets a G rating.
Especially with the whole fire scene. With the song in the fireplace.
Oh yeah, Hellfire.
Yeah.
It's probably the most popular Disney villain songs. And of course, Tony J playing Frollo is always memorable because Tony J is just... Well, he was an all-star at villain acting. May he rest in peace. What about yourself?
Now, favorite Disney film? Man, when it comes to just picking a movie, it's very difficult. Oh boy.
Well, you forced me to pick one, so I'm forcing you.
Huh. I'm not too sure. Like, there's a lot of reasons, like, lot of reasons why I like certain films. Whether it's like that's kind of difficult to say.
I'm sure you.
Actually, wait. Actually, it's probably a new film that they recently made. It's Zootopia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I really like the characters that they introduced, like Judy Hopps.
Yeah. Okay. Is that your only reason? I'll take that as a yes.
Sorry. No, not just that reason. Also, the topic that they basically talked about in that movie was basically a very serious issue, like judging people based on their background and such, or because just simply for who they are. Society these days still have issues with that sort of thing.
A lot of other films do that. Okay.
I don't know, it's just the way Zootopia did it is very effective. Anyway.
Now how about this question?
What?
Well, since I brought up The Land Before Time...
Yeah?
Can you name your best Don Bluth film?
Don Bluth film? Oh boy.
Since, well, Don Bluth, he made Land Before Time. And I'll say this right now, The Land Before Time is actually my favorite Don Bluth film.
I'm gonna have to say A Land Before Time.
I mean, a lot of people that I spoke to about Don Bluth, they always say like The Secret of Nim is their favorite Don Bluth film.
I can definitely see why.
I can see why. I like Secret of Nim, but that was never really the kids film that I always watched. I was a kid, but just I kind of found The Land Before Time to have more likable characters.
Oh yeah.
In The Secret of Nim, you were just really following the mother, and that was really the only character you really got to know.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Not to mention it had like 13 other films after that.
Well, the other ones I didn't really find that good, except for the second one. I would say the second one's pretty good.
Yeah, eventually the movies got a little but the first movie really holds up. Anyway, I think we'll wrap up this video. I picked a spot in the cave to basically rest up. It's kind of funny when I put it that way.
Alright.
Okay, anyway, thanks again, Metabrawler, for joining us. And thank you, Internet, for watching the video. And, well, I just thought, since we were talking about this topic a lot, what's the most emotional moment in a movie or a series that you remember? Feel free to leave your answer in the comments, and maybe we'll read some of them. Thanks again, and talk to you later.
See you guys.